The habeas corpus application hearing seeking the release of entertainer Vybz Kartel and 2 co-accused is to continue later this month.
People, Jesus Christ, and me fi tell you about it. I sat Buchanan, the Umbria, him no normal, you know people, him no normal. The man go rid of habeas corpus. The man try to go round the DPP. The man them get rid of Paula. And the man them say, it look like Claudette slow. So here we are going to go on. We are going to go rid of habeas corpus and we are going to take it to the judge without informing the DPP, without the Department of Prosecution knowing we went in front of the judge. We are going to take it to the judge and try to get with client release immediately before we even reach to the prosecution department. You see what going on there? So my God, ballsy, such cojones on this one right here. But you can't blame him. The man that represent him client and the man that try a thing, nothing try, nothing done.
The matter was adjourned in the Supreme Court this morning. The application will be heard over 2 days, May 29 and 30. Attorney Isaac Buchanan filed the application on behalf of Kartel, whose given name is Adija Palmer, Sean Storm Campbell, and Andre Matsu St. John.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It was filed. The writ of habeas corpus was filed by Isaac Buchanan. He's seeking the release of Vybz Kartel, Sean Storm, and Andre St. John. Well, you don't know the other one, Kyra Jones. Him kind of in a sticky situation because him have another matter in front of the court. I don't know exactly what it is, but him have another case, people. So that is why him name not depend this. But that different. We're going to talk more about that later on. What me I talk about right now is the fact that you can't blame Isaac for trying. It is bullcrap. It is a trash thing. But the man a try a thing. And me I explain to you why it is trash. You don't know, car. You have to try. There is nothing else on the table. So a man have to try what a man have to try.
Isaac Buchanan, who represents Vybz Kartel, explained today's adjournment.
To be heard today. However, the judge was of the view that the Director of Public Prosecution is an interested party, as well as for the jurisprudence that proper submissions be put before the court by those parties.
So basically what happened, ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Buchanan in his mind, he might calculate, say, okay, if we can get the judge to make this decision, even if it's a case where them buy out the judge, say them pay the judge 50 million or how much money, say them lock in the judge and the judge will say, alright, me I go in favor of Uno. Or the judge actually are going to do that. You know, think without the prosecution knowing, without the director of prosecution actually knowing what's going on, without informing the director of prosecution and the jurisprudence, I saw them name. I'm not even too familiar with the jurisprudence or whatever their name is. However, they have to be notified along with the prosecution department, have to be notified. So what Isaac Buchanan tried to do was circumvent the process because he's calculating that, well, the man, them not actually convicted because the conviction was quashed and they're simply behind bars, not charged, them kind of like in a limbo. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's an actual precedence for what Vybz Kartel and his co-convicts, co-accused, co-quashed conviction individuals are dealing with. Never before have we heard of a case where it went to the Privy Council and the Privy Council sent it back to the Court of Appeals in Jamaica for them to make a decision on whether they're going to do a retrial or not. And I see him, so the judge in the original trial, Lennox, was faced with the same kind of situation where there was no precedence for what he was facing. So he made a decision based on what he thought was best. So now Isaac make a decision on what he thinks is best. But the judge no agree with him. The judge has said, no brother, you can't circumvent. This is a different thing from a regular arrest where you have someone locked up and you go writ of habeas corpus and you say charge or release. He's currently convicted by the courts of Jamaica. They haven't made a decision yet. Until the Court of Appeals in Jamaica make a decision on this matter, the verdict rendered by the Privy Council does not take any effect. It does not actually take effect until the Jamaica court makes a decision. It was sent back to them to make a decision. That was the verdict rendered down by the Privy Council to quash the conviction and remit the decision back to the Court of Appeals in Jamaica to make a decision whether or not to do a retrial or let them go. Basically, where the Privy Council said it up to Jamaica if them want to continue or not, because honestly it costs a lot to do a trial. So they must say, is it worth it? Do you think it's worth it? It's up to you if you think it's worth it. So you make a decision if you want to pursue this, because you have enough evidence to get a conviction. So therefore, if you choose to pursue it, that is what you should do. The decision is up to you. But obviously Vybz Kartel them don't want a retrial, so they might try anything, and you can't blame them, because it's a cat and mouse game. Why would they want to go through a retrial with a possibility that they may be found guilty again? A strong possibility. So they might look upon it and say, if we can't get it dash out now, make we get it dash out now. So that is what Isaac Buchanan is trying to do.
The DPP is to be served with a copy of the application by 4 p.m. today. Now the men are being held at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center. They, along with Kahira Jones, were convicted on March 13, 2014 for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams.
Alright, see there, the DPP is to be served with a copy of the application by 4 p.m. today. So yes, I sat a try to go around the DPP, them get rid of Paula, and them feel like say Claudette one big old fool. Well, I must fool them take her for, because why would they try this? And in all seriousness, if the judge did make a decision today for free Vybz Kartel, Sean Storm and Andre St. John, that would have been the biggest injustice in the history of Jamaica. If them did go backdoor dealings with that judge for free Vybz Kartel, circumventing the DPP, circumventing the Jamaica Court of Appeals, circumventing the Privy Council. If they had made this decision today to free their money, would have been the biggest sham in the history of Jamaican justice system. Me I tell you, would have been the biggest slackness in the history. I don't know, it's a ballsy move from Isaac Buchanan. Very ballsy, nothing tried, nothing done. But that judge could never make that decision there. He could not make that decision, because he would have got prison. Him would have got prison. Them would have lock up a cartel them and lock up that judge there too. And that me I tell you. And chances are them even lock up Isaac Buchanan too. And this bar man be things. Me no know what them money are trying, but none try, nothing done.
The case was sent back to the Court of Appeal by the Privy Council for a decision on whether they should face retrial for the 2011 murder. That hearing is set for June 10.
People, I want to think about the reality. The reality is that the Privy Council sent back the decision to be made by the Jamaica Court of Appeals. And they set an hearing date for the 10th of June. The 10th of June through the 14th. Imagine that. They're actually doing what the Privy Council told them to do. And they're moving speedily. They're moving swiftly. They're not even delaying or anything like that. Even though there was no set time given by the Privy Council to the Jamaica Court of Appeals. It actually said when reasonable applicable. So basically it was up to the Court of Appeals in Jamaica to determine when they were going to actually hear this matter. So they did not take long. They did not drag their foot. They did not do anything where you could have said, boy, John, no, they might take too long. They might deal with the man rough. They're actually dealing with it very speedily.
So why was the application made today?
One can appreciate that the liberty of the men are left unanswered. The men are in no man's land as it is. One would call it la la land. One would be, it's a lacuna in the law where you're not convicted, you're not charged, but you're held in abeyance.
Jaja God, legal mumbo jumbo. Legal mumbo jumbo. They are convicted. They're currently convicted. Now make nobody fool on, ladies and gentlemen. The decision made by the Privy Council does not take effect until the Jamaica Court of Appeals make a decision. There and then you will know the process. If they're gonna release them, they will be released. The order will be drafted up and sent to the prison, and they will process them out and they will be released. If they're gonna be a retrial, they will be processed out, rearranged and recharged. challenged, and then you can possibly have a bail hearing. So when him a talk about a legal mumbo jumbo, when him a chat a blah 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 blah, probably a Kartel or Sean Storm, them link him and I tell him say, yo brother, do something no man, we tired of in here, so yo, do something man, you know, do nothing, yo, there do be an interview, and him know better, you know, but him a say, alright, me I go do it and show no say, listen, there's nothing me can actually do, but me I go do it because you know want me do it, you know, force me on, so me I go actually do it. But the craziest part about it, when they sent that king's order to Fox 5, to, you know, Lisa Everest, and she put it out, that clarify everything. Actually knowing what's in that letter from the king solidify the fact that the Jamaican court system not doing Vybz Kartel them any dirty deeds. They're actually moving speedily. They might do the thing the right way. So nobody can ball. May 6 was the deadline for the defense to submit their skeleton argument for the hearing that's coming up June 10th. Also note, it is May 31st at the deadline for the prosecution submit their skeleton argument for the hearing coming up June 10th. Also note, this whole thing that transpired with the writ of habeas corpus application, please note people, please note that it has put off to the 29th to the 30th of May. So the same argument with the prosecution I go submit for the 31st, and the same argument I'm going to submit for the 29th to the 30th.
I think in terms of where the law is, that the legislators would have needed to make certain amendments to account for a situation where a conviction is quashed, but the matter is not yet before the court. And so for me, a day in prison is like 1,000 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do understand it's a tough pill for swallow, you know? One tough pill for swallow. Imagine your conviction quashed and you say freedom, and yet still you have to go spend 3 more months of prison before you actually go in front of the court to know your actual fate. It's kind of crazy. But here me I say too, no? 3 months in comparison to facing 20 odd more year in a prison, 22 more year, 3 months is nothing. So if you have to weigh the balance and say, no, me I go spend 3 more months for know me fate, 3 more months is nothing compared to 22 and a half more years. So match that up and pray that people think about it, no? Also note the time they are serving right now. If they are to be retried, reconvicted, guess what? This is time served. But that, ladies and gentlemen, drop some comments. Let me know when I pray about that topic here. Do y'all know that the Jamaican government is actually trying to remove the Privy Council, trying to break away from the monarch totally? Do y'all actually know that? Yeah man, that a go on for what a go on for some time now. But yeah, what a go on, Mark Gold in a pushback. Because while Andrew them a say, make we break away from the Privy Council, yeah, Mark a say, no man, we want to break away from the Privy, but you know, say we want to break away from the monarch totally. He might try pull a stunt for say, hey, we don't want to move away from one if we don't move away from everything. It's either everything or nothing at all.
At least one public affairs commentator is calling for greater dialogue between the government and opposition over changes to the constitution and Jamaica becoming a republic. As Kirkwright reports, Peter Espute believes that what is currently being exercised by both parties is what is termed a power play.
Yo, me not lie, no people. Mark Gold, you know, one craftsman, you know, one real craftsman, you know. The man say man bored the whole time, you know. And wait last minute for say, no man, if we not move away from the whole thing one time, me not depend on that. Me I say, Jaja God, that I go make the JLP them look bad, you know. No, hey Mark, good political strategy still. Yeah man, make them look bad. A politics, you know, a dirty game, people.
All eyes are on the government to see what will be its next step in the constitutional reform process. This after opposition leader Mark Golding instructed opposition members on the committee not to sign the final report, which will see Jamaica leaving the rule of the British monarchy. Speaking on Radio Jamaica's That's a Wrap on Sunday, public affairs commentator Peter Espute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no political ties. I don't favor either party. So let me make that unequivocally clear to Uno for Uno know. You see this news report right here, it's not totally accurate because Mark is not saying not to break away from the monarch. He's saying that he does not want to break away from the Privy Council and not the monarch. He wants everything to be at once. And that him a defend. He must say, yes, let's break away from the monarch totally, not partially. You see how that kind of, misrepresent what really are going?
Noted that despite making his position known at the PNP's annual conference last September, Mr. Golding should have been clear to the government.
When the CRC was started, Golding should have written and said, look, we're not going to take this two-phase thing. We're going to agree on the whole thing. We agree, we sign off on it. Then we have the referendum for the monarchy part. And the rest of it, we will already have agreed. We will just go ahead. But instead, no. They've played the government's generalship game and have left it to the 11th hour to object.
As so news manipulate the mass, manipulate the listeners, because somebody are going to hear that and say, yo, Mark Golding, him no want break away from the monarch, ray, this and that. And really that a go on, pan what a go on. As you heard that gentleman clarify, them no want a two-step. Them no want break away from the Privy, then later on break away from the monarch. They must say, let's break away from it one time. Now, I am not saying that Mark is doing a good thing or a bad thing. I am simply pointing out the facts. You understand? It's motives, they might be nefarious, who knows? He might actually be trying to just mash up the JLP them plan so that the break away from the monarch doesn't come under the ruling of Andrew, so Andrew no look good in a history. You feel like the PNP party actually want this to happen under Andrew ruling? They want Andrew to go down in a history as the leading prime minister who actually break away from the monarch? You really think so? It have happened, but me don't know which side I got actually compromise and say, okay, it a go happen under your ruling. Because me I tell you me know say the PNP them no want that under Andrew ruling. And Andrew them no want that under PNP ruling. So you have to just know say a reality we are deal with people. It's sticky. A politics and it's ugly. They're not for the people. They're for themselves.
Why don't our political leaders talk to each other? They have to buck up behind the speaker's chair before they're going to talk to each other? Come on. Mm-hmm. This is our business that we're talking about here. They must talk to each other and don't let it reach to this point.
For real, people, the man them not talk, me not understand, how the leader of the opposition party and the leader of the current government who's in power, all them not talk. All the PNP leader and the JLP leader not talk, not conversate. All the checks and balances are supposed to occur if they man are not really conversate and work together. They are supposed to work together. Jamaica is a democratic country, so both sides are to come together. When one side win, them come together and stand together and do the best for the country. But we don't have that. Everything is party lines. The thing corrupt in our world. Then again, we are seeing it in America. Democrats are for Democrats and Republicans are for Republicans. I say things set one I time them.
In the meantime, President of the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, JCTU, St. Patrick's Ennis, says the Andrew Holness-led government has never made its position known on whether it wants the CCJ as Jamaica's final appellate court or not. However, he notes that what is currently being done is nothing more than a power play.
I don't know the thing going on, people. Me just speculate, The other day, me see a thing come out where you don't know UK or England. I give Jamaica £15 million for help-fight crime. £15 million. I wonder how that play into this decision for leave the monarch. I wonder if I buy out for stay or buy out for leave. How the money go? How I get the money? Is this some form of restitution? Is this some form of payoff plan? What really I want? £15 million for help fight crime. Really and truly? Me not trust it. No day, no time. Me I say, ladies and gentlemen, please, me I beg you to do me a favor. Anytime you see somebody a comment under my video, them a talk about me a talk too much, or me not make the people them talk, please, me want to correct them and make them know. See a YouTube policy. Me can't just play somebody video and them a talk. That a go get me demonetized. That a go mash up my channel. YouTube not like them something there. You have to chop up the people in video and I give commentary and I break down and I give analysis. I saw YouTube work. If you don't know, well, me can't help you. You see enough channel where actually does a play the video them and I make it a play and a play. Them channel they soon get slapped with. If you don't know about YouTube reuse content, I want serious something. It's worse than copyright. It's far worse than copyright. Cause when YouTube running for reuse, them not ask no question. Them go say radam and take away your monetization and then them say yo take an appeal. And if you not prove to them say you actually do the right thing, then you go say ram them give you 90 days suspension and then guess what? if you forward back after 90 days and them check out your content and you know up to standard, ram than 90 days. YouTube now ramp with people. Them now ramp with people. So when me see people are comment them thing and talk about, oh, you chat too much, make the video play, make this play, make that play, me I say, yo, I who know, man? I who know? People talk to them people. When you see them a comment foolish, or if you are one of the person where I comment the foolish, please refrain from doing such nonsense. Because you're actually supposed to forward to my channel to hear my breakdown and analysis of these topics. If for news, you look for your garden news channel. If for the actual person content you want, you go to that person content channel, whatever it is, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, you go subscribe. If you want to hear Mr. Anderson, you go to him TikTok, over the same post, him video them. You have Sir Q, him have him video them over YouTube as well as TikTok. If you want Sir P of him channel. If you want to hear anybody, you go to feed them channel. You follow my channel when you want to hear my review, my analysis, my breakdown. You understand? If you want TVJ, you got TVJ. If you want nationwide, you got nationwide. If you want RJR, you got RJR. You understand me? Because you have some people act like them not a brain. Just because a bunch of YouTubers have been breaking the YouTube laws over and over and they've been getting away with it, you feel like say YouTube not gonna circle them. YouTube gonna circle over and over. YouTube a get worse and grimy these days. So if you don't know, now you know me, I make you know. Alright? So once again, me I say big up to everybody we are tuning into Dancehall news and reviews. And everybody we are tuning into Jamaica breaking news. Or the twin channel that. So you have to subscribe to both of them. Blessings and respect. I appreciate the support I've been getting. Hopefully, well, we are looking for 15k subscriber by the end of this month. Kinda move slow, the subscription slow down, but we're hoping to pick up soon. You understand me? We soon reach 11k, we are work on that. And after 11, you know the thing go already. You see me? Big up on yourself. Love and respect. You don't know, say, captain of the Vulture Squad. And I'm checking out.